Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Hey, how are ya? Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. Today, though, you're not getting the whole apple. You're getting a bite, a bit, a slice, a sliver, an apple fritter, if you will. Today, we're going to talk about what's coming up this week on An Apple a Day. But before we start, let me remind you, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. FamousApple.com is the home site for this podcast, and there you're going to find articles about the topics we discuss and access to our message boards and our free chat rooms and a couple other things. You'll find out how to hook up with us on Facebook and so on. So, hey, you get a minute, go over there, check us out. It's pretty cool. That's www.famousapple.com. So how you feeling today, my friends? How was your weekend? You have a good weekend? You enjoy yourself? Excellent. Excellent. Hey, we got a good one coming up for you this week. I want to ask you, who do you think is the most discriminated against group in the country today? Do you think it's an ethnic group? Do you think it's a certain gender group? Or do you think it's someone with a certain sexual orientation? It's not. It's us, the disabled. We're the most discriminated against, and people look the other way. They do. Think about it. If you're on crutches, if you're in a wheelchair, if you're in a walker, if you're missing a limb, look at the way people look at you sometimes. They'll go out of their way to ignore you. There's things out there that are put out there to help the disabled, and people just ignore the fact that they're there, such as ramps on corners and handicap parking and handicap entrances and so on and so forth. And we're going to discuss more of this coming up on Friday. But there's also a lot of things missing. You know, people seem to just ignore. They put blinders on when it comes to the handicapped people. And by doing so, they're missing out on a lot, especially businesses. They're missing out on a lot of business from people in our community. You look at, there's certain concerts. Did you ever try and get tickets to a concert when you're in a wheelchair? They only have a very limited number of seating areas available, and they're usually sold right from the beginning. Right from the beginning. If you have a dozen seats, that's a lot. That's a lot. Usually it's less than that. And not just for big concerts. Here, I'll tell you this. I was going to my nephew's graduation, and here there's 500 kids graduating in his class, and they had six spaces for people in wheelchairs to go to the graduation. 6 spaces for... How uncaring is that? Or they make accommodations for you and they put you over in the corner, or over by the restroom or something like that. But that's, they wouldn't do that to somebody else, but they do it to you. They figure, he's disabled. Put him over there with the wheelchair. Make room for him somewhere over there. It's like, make room for Coach. We'll make room for this guy over there. But we're going to discuss more of that on Friday. And also on Friday, we have some new letters from different listeners, which are pretty good, pretty interesting. And we also have updates from Social Security and Social Security Disability. So we got a pretty good show coming up on Friday. I hope you're going to be there. Now, I want to remind you, before we go anywhere, before we go on with anything, remember, things can always be worse. Right now, there's somebody wishing they were in your position. Remember that. So I'll talk to you on Friday. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you then. If you have anything you'd like to add to the show, anything you'd like to talk about, shoot me an email at admin@famousapple.com, or just put it in the comment box here. And we'll pick it up. We'll have it in on Friday's show. Or you can talk to us on Facebook. So there's a lot of places you can get in touch with us. I look forward to talking to you on Friday. Have a great week, my friends. This is Jimmy Apple.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.